Brad, talk to me a little bit about what you see happening in 2024.
Yeah, so I'll start by saying that I do not have a crystal ball and I cannot predict the future, and I do not know exactly what will happen in 2024. But based on some of the trends towards the latter half of 2023 and some of what we know is coming down the pipe in 2024, I think we can make a few decent projections. The first one is our rental market is still very, very strong. The core fundamental indicator that tells me that is there has been no slowdown of people moving to Wilmington, and there has been no uptick of people leaving Wilmington. So as long as the people are still coming in and they're not really leaving, we're always going to have this strong market. Supply side is still pretty tight. You have lots of home builders who are in full swing, building plenty of homes. Yes, there are higher interest rates, so a lot of those home builders are doing build for rent. A lot of obviously the multifamily, the townhome communities, those are all rentals. We still don't have a fully saturated market where the supply has caught up to the demand. So still pretty strong market. It looks like interest rates will stay fairly high through the year. The Fed has made no indication that they're going to quickly cut rates. In fact, they've said the opposite. They plan, when they do start to cut, they plan to do so very slowly. Again, can't predict the future, but that has been the indication, is that we will stay up in this 5-6 plus market for a while. So you're still going to get a lot of people who are qualified in a normal market to buy a home and would normally buy a home, waiting it out a little bit and choosing to rent while it's cheaper to rent than it is to buy. So you're still going to see some of that. One of the trends that we've seen in the last few months is days on market are starting to creep up a little bit. And again, not to a place that we've never seen before, but a little bit more back to normal. When we were in the days of COVID, 2020, 2021, even 2022, there was this frenzied tenant market of the second it goes on our website, we get 5 applications and the property is pre-leased 60 days before it's even available, because people were so desperate to get out of their living situation, whether that was in a garden style community and they wanted more yard or more house or whatever it was so fast. We're now back to something much closer to normal, which is 15, 20, 30 days on the market. People who are used to the instant rental may be shocked by that, but that is normal. And we're getting closer to that. Now, don't get me wrong, we still list everything on our website for pre-lease, and we still pre-lease many of our properties, but I don't think investors should be super surprised if it takes a month or two to rent out the property, and they shouldn't panic. You don't want to panic and lower your rate so much that you're now trapped with a tenant who has, frankly, a great price on a property that's you don't want them to be under market value. It makes sense to wait, get the right tenant who will pay the right price for your property, and you just have to be prepared to stomach a month or two of vacancy, probably at the max. We don't see it go much beyond that, and like I said, it doesn't even always go that long.
Yeah, it doesn't. And I've noticed too, our property managers make a conscious effort. Say if a property does come available during this time of year, we really try to get a tenant on an 18-month lease. So they're coming back open at the best time of year where we have the least vacancy and maybe 10% more rent.
Yeah, I would say that's more important than ever,
Yeah.
is to get your property timed up and lined up to come up for renewal or up for a new lease in the summer, starting in April at the earliest, April, May, and trying to wrap up by August or so. So that certainly doesn't mean that if you have a property in November, December, January that you want to get leased, that we can't lease it. We're just going to try to strategically make that renewal come around in the summer.
Exactly. And what are some of the things we've been doing as a company in preparation for this kind of year next year?
Yeah, it's a great question, and we're doing 2 main things. The first one is we have really stepped up our involvement with our industry's advocacy group, which is called NARPM, National Association of Rental Property Managers. We have spent a lot of time and money investing in that organization, making sure that we are on top of every new thing that is happening in the industry. We're trying to make sure we understand trends, understand where the industry is going, new technologies that we can use to help curb things like days on market, to get better rental pricing data to make sure that we aren't just guessing on what your property will rent for, but we have data-backed decisions on how we're pricing your property, when we are choosing to offer specials or lower rates and things like that. And then the other thing that we've done is we've added to our staff. The market has been strong for the last few years. Coming out of the sales frenzy of the 2.5 to 2.75% mortgage interest rate, the market has been very strong. And so we have seen a significant uptick in the amount of properties that we manage. So we want to make sure that we have the staff, both on the tenant support side and on the owner support side, to handle the amount of volume that's coming our way, because our company is in a growth state, which is wonderful. And so we want to make sure we have enough staff to handle that.
Yeah, so you're really excited for next year. I'm excited for next year. I kind of can't wait. So I look forward for everything we've got coming next year.
Yeah, it's going to be a really great year.
I think so too.